What's up, everybody? Today we're gonna be looking at my dad got my best friend pregnant. This should be crazy.
Sonny Daniel Enterprises.
Bad things. There's a lot of bad things that they wish and 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 they got plans, got plans, got plans, got plans.
I had been friends with Maria for many years during high school. She was almost like a sister to me. We helped each other get over heartbreaks and defended each other against mean classmates. But Maria had problems at home. She and her parents didn't get along, and on her 18th birthday, they kicked her out. That's why she asked me if she could move into my home for a few days. She was my best friend. So of course, I said yes.
You know, it's crazy. A lot of parents kick their kids out at 18, man. I think that is the worst thing you could do for your kids is kick them out at 18. There's still so much growth you gotta do, and you ain't got nothing in line, man. I would never kick my kids out at 18. Like, you gotta go when you ready to go. Like, of course there's a limit, but like, that's just too young, man. To be out on their own at 18, you kind of setting them up for failure because then they gotta do things that they can't pursue their dreams. It's kind of rough.
And for the next few weeks, my dad paid for all her meals and other expenses. You see, my parents had divorced several years earlier.
Uh-oh.
After my dad had received a big promotion at work. Suddenly, he was making 3 times as much money as before, and it changed him. He started showing off by buying a nice new car, and unfortunately, he also got himself a side chick.
Hey, that's how it goes sometimes.
When my mom found out about her, she immediately broke up with my dad. To this day, I haven't forgiven my dad for betraying my mom.
Oh wait, I thought they was broken up. That's messed up. You can't be cheating on your wife. It's not good times.
But since then, he also became an even bigger jerk. So what happened next shouldn't have surprised me. I was gone for the weekend to attend a soccer tournament, and when I came back, my best friend Maria had a big smile on her face and said she needed to talk to me ASAP. She said, "You won't believe what happened last night. Your dad and I watched a movie together, and then we had a few drinks and got to know each other, and that's when it happened."
He whipped it out.
I said, "When what happened?" And Maria said,
He whipped it out.
"Well, we made out a bit and then we went a bit further. But I spare you the details. I mean, he is your dad." Okay, that wasn't just gross, it was dangerous.
Wow. Why would she tell you that though? Well, I guess it's better to tell you than not tell you.
Because I knew that Maria had exploited her ex-boyfriends in the past. One time, she asked one of them to give her $1,000 so she could go to the dentist to have her tooth pulled out. Her poor boyfriend only had $500 in savings, so he sold his computer to give Maria the $1,000.
Why? Girl come to me asking me for $1,000. I'm like, girl, you get the hell out of here. Better go on somewhere. That's your tooth you need removed. You go get that $1,000. That's crazy.
But Maria never had a toothache and broke up with the guy the next week without giving him his money back.
She didn't even.
And I have many other stories where she cheated on her boyfriends. So of course, I didn't want her to date my dad, especially because she knew he had a lot of money. I mean, Maria was clearly a gold digger, and after her parents had kicked her out, she was probably on the lookout for financial security, and my dad was her target. Well, the next weekend, they officially announced to me that they were dating, and to celebrate their relationship, they drove in my dad's sports car from Los Angeles to Las Vegas to spend the weekend there. When Maria came back, she told me about all the things she had done with my dad, including losing $20,000 at a casino and renting a hotel suite for $2,500 per night. She ended her story with, "I didn't know your dad had that much money."
That's rough right there. He over there flexing and she a straight gold digger. It's dangerous, man. That's dangerous.
Oh my God. She was such a gold digger. And that's why I went to my dad and told him how Maria only liked him for his money. But my dad responded, "Oh, sweetie, don't worry. Daddy got this." Yeah, sure.
He probably already know.
I kind of felt betrayed by Maria. I had brought her into my home for shelter, and now she was taking advantage of my idiotic dad.
I think her dad know though. I think he know he just playing the game.
Make things worse, since they were officially dating, she acted like she had more rights than me. She even used my dad's sports car to drive around shopping. Of course, I was never allowed to drive that car, but now it was too late to kick her out. I knew my dad wouldn't allow it. But I still had hope, because my dad is as much of a jerk as Maria, so it was only a matter of time until my dad would start mistreating her. But for the next few weeks, they continued dating, and Maria was enjoying her new rich life. One day she came up to me all excited and said, "Guess what? Guess what? Your dad just had another promotion at work, and now he's the chief financial officer at his company, which means his salary doubled. Oh gosh, how could my dad like this girl? She was so shallow and only cared about his money.
I don't think your dad like her. I think he's just using her for the time being, to be completely honest.
It shouldn't have been a surprise to anyone when Maria accidentally got pregnant 2 weeks later. My dad completely freaked out and screamed, "No, no, no, that can't be true." He was devastated because he knew he would have to pay child support for the next 18 years. I gotta be honest, my dad got what he deserved, but Maria deserved none of it. I had offered her help, and in exchange she took advantage of my family and took our money. And after Maria got pregnant, she completely stopped seeing my 51-year-old dad. He was suddenly too old for her taste. That's why she somehow moved back in with her parents, and after the baby was born, she and my dad negotiated how much child support her parents. And after the baby was born, she and my dad negotiated how much child support he had to pay. Of course, I was curious and asked my dad on what figure they had agreed on, but he refused to tell me, so I had to ask Maria over text. She immediately wrote back, $14,000 per month.
Bruh, they need some kind of cap on child support. There is no reason somebody needs $14,000 to raise a child. Period. If that was the case, you'd have to be rich to have kids. This should be a cap, $3,000 cap. You know what I'm saying? I think $3,000 is very fair. You have a kid with somebody that's a millionaire, the cap for child support is $3,000. That's free money. You can live off of $3,000. You don't need $14,000. That's craziness. It just promotes people doing stuff like this.
What? That was more than twice the U.S. average salary. And all she had to do is take care of a baby?
Twice? That's like 4 times the U.S. salary.
I was so mad at her. But it got worse. Apparently, Maria wasn't satisfied with the money she received.
Come on.
She tried to blackmail my dad. She said she would neglect the child unless he'd pay her $25,000 per month.
Come on now, dog. You falling for this, though?
But this time, my dad handled it right. He talked to Maria in a room and begged her not to extort him. But she said very clearly that my dad either gave her the money or the baby would suffer.
Ooh, was he recording it?
But of course, my dad was filming the conversation with a hidden camera.
Yeah.
So it was easy for him to sue Maria afterward. And trust me, she got her justice.
There you go.
Not only did she go to prison for 1 month, but she also lost custody of her child, which means my dad doesn't have to pay her child support anymore. Instead, my dad decided to pay me $10,000 a month to raise my half-sister.
Dang, it worked out.
Because he is too busy working. But I'm also busy going to college. So I hired a maid, and now I'm paying her $3,000 per month to take care of my half-sister during the day so I can get a college degree. And in the evening, I take over. I gotta admit, I really love my cute stepsister, even though she has horrible parents.
Well, her parents is also your parent. So half of that is you too. That's crazy though, man. That worked out great. I'm glad they got justice though, because that girl was going crazy. Man. I don't know, man. Y'all, if y'all don't learn nothing else from these story times, make sure you careful who you smashing, man. I cannot preach that enough. But I love y'all, man. Make sure y'all post in the comments. Let me know what y'all would have did. Let me know what you think about this story time. Thanks.
Your dad and I watched a movie together, and then we had a few drinks and got to know each other, and that's when it happened.
He whipped it out.